Hi, this is Mandy with Scott Leroy Marketing. I want to show you how you can make changes and adjustments to your featured listings on your KW agent site or your KW team site. There's a way that you can manually add in listings that you want to show, and you would need to maintenance that yourself. Or there are ways to set this up to where it will automatically populate listings based on location and criteria that you set up, and you will not have to continuously manually adjust it. Let's go ahead and log into Command so I can show you what we're talking about. You'll go to your websites tab over on the left-hand side. Choose Edit Agent Site and choose Expert Mode in the top right. And this will bring you to your website dashboard. Make sure the site that you want to work on is listed right here. If you're on a team, you may want to click on the name right here at the top and choose either your team or your personal site from the drop-down list. If you're wanting to work on a different site, we'll click away from that menu because the one we want to work on is listed here, so we're good to go. And if you scroll down just a little, you have an Edit Your Website section. The featured listings appear on the home page, so we'll choose the home page to edit just by clicking on it. Now I'm going to minimize some things on the left so you can see what it will look like when you open this. On the left is where we will make our changes. The preview right here will show you your changes in real time. And so over here on the left, we'll choose featured properties. And from here, we can make the adjustments. So you can choose to hide them altogether if you want, or display them. We'll choose display, and that should be the default within your account anyway. We should see the preview populate over here momentarily to show those featured listings again. From here, you can change the title and description if you would like, as it does have, let's see if I can get it to update for us here. There we go. Featured listings should be coming back over here in just a second, but moving on, the title and description you can adjust just by putting your cursor in these fields and adding a description if you would like. But below that, it says add listings. This is where you can choose to either use the basic settings or the dynamic settings. I'm going to show you the dynamic first. This is where it will auto-populate listings for you, and you do not have to manually come in and add or remove listings. So we'll choose dynamic from the list. You can choose a location center point right here. You can simply enter an address by beginning to type that in and give it a second, and it should start populating addresses and listings that are currently available. And so, excuse me, not listings, but a location. So you can choose from any of the drop down here. We'll go ahead and choose one. And from here, the listings that will populate within the featured listings on your site will be from around this particular location. You can set how many miles you want the radius to be around this location. So you can put your cursor here and make changes. And you can also choose the maximum number of listings to display. If you want more, you can choose more. And you can also choose right here to show properties only in your state or in this state of this address. So if you are near another state border but not licensed in that state, that would be a good reason to go ahead and choose show properties only in the state of this address. And that way you don't get inquiries for a state that you're not licensed in. Traveling on down, you can sort listings by, and it gives you several options when you click into this field. The days on site that we have selected here will show the listings that are the newest on the MLS. They have the fewest days on site or on the market. So we'll choose newest to oldest. You can choose for your preference, whatever's good for your business. And then below that, you do still have the option to pin particular listings. Maybe you have your own listing that you still want to be highlighted within the featured listings, even though you want the rest of them to auto-populate. So you could simply click the plus sign and begin typing in the address again of where you want, of which listing you want to populate. Give it just a second and it will start pulling from active listings here. There we go. And so you can choose any of the listings from here and it will make sure to pin that particular listing in the featured listing section at all times. If you choose not to have pin listings, that's okay. It's optional. We'll just click the negative sign there to remove it. And now let's get into some featured listing settings here that you can set based on your own preferences. First, you have the option to only list your listings. These would be the ones where you are the primary listing agent. So you can toggle that on if you would like. You also can have your affiliated brokerages and market centers. Those particular listings only show in featured listing section. So you can toggle that on if you would like it. And below that, you have filter listings by section. And this gives you many more criteria that you can choose from if you want to. And the listings that populate within the featured listings would have to meet these particular criteria. So you can adjust these as you would like based on listing categories. Maybe you want to show sold properties or for rent properties. You can also change the status. Maybe you only want to show coming soon properties. Property type, you can choose more than one. And then you have fields to adjust bathrooms, min and max, bedrooms, min and max. The same with square footage, lot size, and the price. If you have a particular price range that you want to be displayed, you can adjust that here, simply putting your cursor in those fields and making any changes that you would like. And then down here under keywords, you can adjust the keywords filters. This means that that keyword would have to be in that MLS listing for it to populate in the featured listings. So you can add particular keywords here. And if you don't, that's fine too. Sometimes when you get too many filters set, it does minimize the listings that can populate. So sometimes more is less, or less is more rather. So we'll go ahead and remove any keywords here. And we'll go ahead and remove our min and max because we want to be able to show all properties. And maybe we want to make sure that now our featured properties are showing up here. It looks like we had too many settings set up to prevent or to allow it from showing. So now that we've opened up some of the settings, now we're getting results for our featured property showing. So just know you can come in here and adjust it like you would like. And once you have that set up, you would simply make sure that you click the Save button in the far right-hand corner. That's the dynamic choice for featured listings. Again, these listings will automatically populate for consumers to scroll through based on the criteria that you just set. If you want to choose basic, you can. Give it just a second to update there. Now that we've saved, we see the timestamp up here at the top where it did save the changes we made. So we'll simply click back into featured properties on the left-hand side. And we can change add listings to the basic option. And from the basic, This gives you complete control over this section. It will only display the addresses that you have listed here. So you would need to click the plus sign and enter a listing address that is currently on the market or on your MLS. And it can be, it doesn't necessarily have to be an active status, but you would want to pull up the address here. We'll just click one and you can add as many as you like. But again, you're manually having to add these listings and they will stay on this list until you remove them, regardless if the listing has sold or been taken off the market. Now that we've added one basic listing, you can see over on the far right-hand side that it actually shows that only listing there. It will not populate any others because you have it in basic. And this means you have full control here. You would have to manually come and choose the negative sign to remove that listing and the plus sign again to add another one. And you can add multiple at a time, but you have to manually update this. Whereas our dynamic option right here is going to continuously populate listings based on the criteria we entered, and you don't have to maintenance it all the time. That's how you adjust your featured listings on your KW agent and team site. If you have any questions about that, please reach out to us at support@scottleroymarketing.com and we'll be happy to help. Thanks for watching.